Ha-Sein, come up and spar with Yu Mingji in black and white boxing. Practice. Professor Yan did not want to waste any time and directly called Ha-Sein. Ha-Sein had to stand up and go up the stage. Tang Zhenliu saw it and said, Professor Yan, since you has chosen a student, should I do the same? Quote. He did not want to play black and white boxing with Ha-Sein and ask for trouble. Yu Jiming could enjoy that himself. Professor Yan had no objection and agreed to Tang's proposal. Who is willing to practice black and white boxing with me? Tang. Zhenliu felt relieved and asked with a good-looking smile. There was a great show of hands. Tang smiled and said, I am going to benefit myself and you guys by picking a pretty girl. Miss, would you practice with me? Quote. The students laughed, and the girl asked by Tang blushed a little and went on the stage. Tang Zhenliu learned her name and asked Professor Yan first. Professor Yan, should we start first? Quote. Professor Yan agreed. Tang Zhenliu and Miss Jing started to practice black and white boxing. Tang did not really use all he had, but followed the professor's instructions and demonstrated a variety of movements before he beat Miss Jing. The process was delightful, and the students all applauded. Ha-Sein, it is our turn. Yu Mingji could not wait to go up. He smiled and waved to Ha-Sein. Tang returned to his seat with a faint smile, waiting to see Yu Jiming embarrassing himself. Tang did not know Yu well and was not a fan of his. There was no way Tang would stop Yu. Ha-Sein smiled, walked opposite Yu and stood with a starting position. Like Yu did. The so-called black and white boxing practice was, in fact, a training of the judgment of yin and yang forces. Two players stood opposite each other face to face, one arm's length apart. One was to swing one's arm to attack, and the other was to defend oneself. There were two ways of making the attack. A black fist was a yang blow, and a white fist was a yin blow. The one on defense needed to determine whether the opponent was using a black or white fist. If it was black, it should be dodged, whereas if it was white, it should be blocked with an arm. Black and white boxing was an entry-level martial art to train psychological gaming and yin and yang forces. All military school students would learn it in the first 3 months of training. Therefore, all military school students had practiced black and white boxing. The black and white fists were thrown in similar manners in black and white boxing. It was not easy to tell one from the other. Observation, judgment and psychological gaming were the key factors. And reflexes were less important. If one's judgment was not accurate, it did not matter if one's reflexes were good. Ha-Sein, would you throw the punches first? Yu Mingji said. Generously. The one who attacked would enjoy certain advantages. Yu was confident in his accomplishments in black and white boxing, and believed that he could tell from Ha-Sein's micro-movements which fist Ha-Sein was using. Can we start now? Ha-Sein looked at Yu and asked. Sure. Ouch. Yu Mingji had just agreed when a punch hit his chest before he could react. Yu stepped back and became furious. Professor Yan was explaining seriously, Ha-Sein did very well. This is a classic psychological gaming technique taking advantage of the weaknesses in the opponent's mind and hitting hard. However, Ha-Sein could have improved by hitting the vital parts of his opponent's body, such as nose or eyes, which would disable his opponent and help himself in the future rounds. The students nodded, while Yu Mingji was very pissed. Then he had to suppress his anger, since the professor had put it like this. Ha-Sein did very well. Now we will continue. Yu Mingji squeezed a smile, and went back to his position. Tang was laughing so hard inwardly. Yu Mingji, you really did ask for this. It is just a demonstration, have fun with a girl. Why did you have to provoke a monster? Even God cannot save you now. Yu Mingji, of course, did not think so. He thought he was just being careless and it had nothing to do with his skill level. Once he became serious, Hussein would stand no chance. How could a military school student be compared to the chosen? In fact, most of the students also thought so. Although they felt that Hussein should be great, they believed that against one of the top and evolved individuals in the alliance, Hussein would still fall short. After all, you basically ranked 6th in the first God Sanctuary, while Hussein was only the champion of a school-wide Warframe game, not even a martial arts game. Therefore, the students still felt that you would do better than Hussein. Hussein, go ahead. Yu Mingji finished his sentence and immediately became alert, staring at Hussein. Hussein directly threw his fist at Yu Mingji's face, since Professor Yan had instructed him to hit hard in the vital parts. Yu Mingji looked at Hussein's standing position, angle of his body, and the ups and downs of his shoulder. Soon Yu easily made his judgment. Such exaggerated acting. Clearly there is no momentum. He clearly seems to be bluffing, but it is a yin blow for show. I was better than this in kindergarten. Yu Mingji raised his arm with some contempt, ready to block this white fist from Hussein. He even used only one arm to show off his self-confidence and accurate judgment.